What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. We are Ancestors' Wildest Dreams. Excited to have this conversation. So I'm going to get this together so we can go live on Instagram as well. Hey, Apple Scott, what's going on? All right. Let us know as you're joining in where you're joining from. Some of you guys know we happen to be out of town. It's trying to snow in Baltimore, and we wasn't finna let that keep us from being great. What's up, Vito? What's going on, guys? All right, let me get this together on Instagram as well, because we need to have this conversation. All right. We are our ancestors' return on investment. So, they always want to talk about, we always want to say we're our ancestors' wildest dreams, which that's cool. I believe in that too. But we are our ancestors' return on investment. Return on investment. What's up, DC, Maryland? Hi, Vito. Hi, Apple Scott. Hi, Latanya. What's going on? Hey, guys, giving you guys a chance to join in so we can start having this conversation. So first and foremost, I want you to know where I am coming from, right? So I'm going to share a little bit about my background. So I was raised, growing up, we would have our family reunions every year. So remember, Khalil was born and raised in Baltimore. I am not. I am from right on the Mason-Dixon line between the southern Pennsylvania, right on the border of Maryland. So we used to come to Baltimore all the time, but I was not raised in Baltimore. Khalil was, right? So for me growing up, every year, we would have a family reunion, and at that family reunion, we had to sit, and at the time, it did feel like had to, right? We had to sit and listen to our history. So there was this section of the reunion every single year where we learned about this town, which we had later found out we were living on that same land growing up. But there was a town created and owned by our ancestors. So the picture that we used for this, where I'm sitting on Lincoln University's campus, my family in the early 1800s owned all that land. The land that turned into Lincoln University was land owned by my family. Facts, like literally on their website, right? That is factual information. The land at Lincoln University, the first HBCU, was owned by my family. And so I was raised knowing and understanding that in the early 1800s, we had ownership, right? We had ownership, we had businesses, we had farms, we had power in the town in which we grew up in. And so that was something that, again, like we were young, it'd be hot, we had to listen to these stories. And so at the time, it didn't fully resonate in its power until now as an adult. And we go back and go through the process of really peeling back the layers of not only what that whole time period looked like and was, but also what does that mean for us today, right? When I say that buying back the block and doing those things runs through my veins, right? I'm pulling from the ancestral, the experiences of my ancestors in that we've done this before, right? We've been there, done this before. We've built something for ourselves before. Now, and a lot of people have that story. So if any of you guys have family who owned land, who had businesses, who, had all that ownership, I want you guys to drop that in the chat, because I think it's powerful to remember and understand where you're coming from in what you're also trying to build. Because sometimes there are things that keep us up at night, and you're thinking about it when you're going to bed, you're thinking about it in the middle of the night, you're thinking about it when you wake up in the morning, and you're like, where does this come from? Why do I feel like I need to, start investing, or I need to build and start this business? Why do I feel so pulled to do X, Y, and Z? A lot of times, in my belief, is because of something driving you from within, right? It's you trying to find your own space. See, we still own land in South Carolina. Someone else actually put in the other chat that they own in South Carolina as well. And so I think that we have to know and understand and meditate and think about, like, where is some of those types of things coming from? What's driving me to want more, to want bigger, to, make a bigger impact, to push myself even further. And so for me, I know and am confident in that, that it is my, history, my ancestors, my whatever, that are driving me to push myself to the next level. So when some people look at me, they're like, like, you probably chill, you know what I'm saying? Or you can coast for a little bit if you wanted to. You don't have to keep working, but I know and understand that there's a lot more for me to accomplish, right? I am my ancestors' return on investment. Let me tell you, they paid a lot, right? And so it's time for us to step into that. And so I keep having these discussions and conversations about what's happening right now, this energy that is in the air that's driving us to really make sure that through this time period, which we're living in the middle of a history book. I know a lot of y'all have heard me say that 50, 11 times. I'm going to keep saying it, right? We're living in the middle of a history book. And so we have to make sure that that as a result, we're taking control of the pen, right? At least for ourselves, for our own page or a couple lines or chapter, right? That we're taking control of the pen and know that we have the power to write our own story. We have the power to write our own story. All these people, right? South Carolina, a bunch of people own in South Carolina on YouTube, Mississippi, Philly to Georgia. Absolutely. So how do you walk into becoming your return on investment, right? How do you walk into that? So for me, it has always been to lean into my fears and lean into what I felt in my core I was supposed to do, right? So I've always myself personally been drawn to real estate. And so taking that seed that was probably planted as a child, listening to all these stories about how my family did this, that, and the third, and the towns and the ownership, even as an adult, realizing that some of the folks that own in that town also had the founding shares of the bank in the neighborhood I grew up in. And so all of that drove me into investing in real estate. Now, let's be clear. I did not know what I was doing. I did not know how. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know how to manage construction. I didn't know how to get access to funding. When we started, we just started because I was like, I want to invest in real estate. Chloe's like, I want to be entrepreneurial. And together we came and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Now I feel like what drove us to get started and really even build our portfolio, and this is all pre, next gen takeover. This is pre, let's completely transform Baltimore. This is, I don't want to work until I am 60 and collect a pension, right? This is the era of Charm City where we're out here and we're building for us and we're trying to get this money. Let's go. Let's buy these houses, passive income, let's collect rent. It's first of the month. We out, right? That's that era, right? Retransitioned into let's build. Let's do something bigger than ourselves. Let's become, let's take over Baltimore. Let's transform our city. Let's take control of what the narrative is going to be in Baltimore by choosing to do the work. Exactly. This work is now a choice. By choosing to do the work. Now, y'all might have seen some of the stories and all this kind of stuff on Instagram over the weekend, and we're on, yachts, and we're going out and, doing all this stuff, because sometimes you have to enjoy the fruits of your labor and remind yourself, what you're working towards, and get a little bit of flashy in there every once in a while. But at the end of the day, we choose the work that we do now, and we're doing it for a purpose, right? all this Instagram stuff, all these videos on YouTube, the free classes, all that kind of stuff. We're choosing to do the work. Why? Because we know that as the return on investment, we have a lot that we need to pay out. You know what I'm saying? We are the interest, and so are you. And so what we do for ourselves and how we're able to step into that power. And for those of you who are on Instagram, I need you to hit the like button, the little thumbs up thing. You know, we don't do this often, so I need you to do what you usually do on them other channels. So hit that like button so that people can come and get some of this word, okay? And so what we're doing is, okay, let's take what we had to learn the hard way, right? Let's take the fact that we had no idea when we first got started. Let's take the fact that we've been in situations where we had to go back and get contractors, go redo work, or, you know, had folks and they ran off because they had other issues going on. And we've spent, and I kid you not, tens of thousands of dollars to get to a point where we were where we were like really, really good, right? And we weren't ready at that time to coast off of that experience because we still weren't hitting on that return on investment. We had talents, right? Us having a portfolio wasn't enough. Do you understand that? And so when we're like, okay, let's shift, right? Let's share this information. Let's make sure people are connected. Let's volunteer. Let's speak to kids. Let's do all these things. For us, it was finding that space where we could expand our impact and walk in the, walk in where we are supposed to be, like walk in that truth, right? Start to realize the truth of our impact. Now, fast forward to today, and now it's okay. We will continue to take over Baltimore. Baltimore will not be in the same conversation in the same way as DC and Harlem and Brooklyn and all these other places. Will not. And we collectively, Next Gen Takeover, for those of you who are in Next Gen and watching, we are shifting the narrative every single day. We might not have built this town from scratch, but we are damn sure going to make sure that we have a say on what it looks like going forward. We are that return on investment. And I want to really challenge you to really sit back on what is your thing. How do you walk into becoming your ancestors' return on investment, right? How do you step into who you want to become? Because today we are living in the middle of a history book. Take control of the pen for you. And you can only do that when you make a conscious decision to take action, to lean into the fear, to lean into, all those things that hold you back and push yourself forward. Because as much of the excitement that comes with like walking in your purpose and all of those things, there's just as much resistance, right? There's just as much resistance. If you thought that every time we bought a house or every time, we went on some big project or every time we've done some huge business deal, that it was just, we just walked into it and just skipped through it and it was so easy. Like, you got the wrong one. You got the wrong one, okay? If you thought it was always easy, if you thought that we don't stop at night thinking through the decisions that we're making, how we're making them, going through all the different strategies and, still having all that fear. If you think we're not dealing with, you got another thing coming because it just continues to level up as we're doing bigger things, which you guys will learn more about some of the things we're working on behind the scenes, but just know it's monumental, right? And so what we have to get out of is allowing the fear to hold us back more than we allow becoming our ancestors' return on investment to push us forward. Invest in yourself, right? Even if not monetarily, you're investing yourself through, meditation, through reading books, through, take action, do whatever it is that you need to do, but you have to make sure that you're stepping into position. It is Black History Month. It is 2021. The energy is brewing. People are winning, and you should be too, but you have to get out of your own way. And so what I really want to challenge everyone to do right now is to find and really get clarity on how you are going to be or continue to be that return on investment, and how you can put yourself in the best position to do so, right? So if it's real estate, bet. You're investing in Baltimore, awesome. We got a free class tomorrow that's live, links in our bio, join. If you're looking to get, more of that mentorship coaching, you want people to push you and make sure you're getting it done, bet. We have applications open for next gen. If you're looking to start a business, you need to get your credit right. You know what I mean? Do what it is that you need to do to make sure you are stepping into your purpose, because now's the time to take control of that pen. Now's the time to write your own story. We know what it is and what it looks like when somebody else writes our history for us. We're taking control of that. Those days are over. We are our ancestors' return on investment. And so what I wanted to make sure that we're kicking off February and Black History Month is just to remember who we are, right? And be very clear on that and the power of that, so that we are continuing to step in and step through that journey. So you should definitely, if you haven't already joined our free class, it's 100% free, and we 1,000% share direct information you can take action from, whether you continue working with us or not. And that is tomorrow. So you can click the link in our bio in Instagram, or it's the bit.ly/hoodprofits21 if you'd like to join that. But I absolutely want to make sure that let's recognize, appreciate all of that, of the history of Black history, right? And our ancestors and all those folks who have done so much. But also let's make sure that we remember that we are making history every day. And so as we look back, let's make sure we're looking forward and positioning ourselves to take control of that pen as we write our own story. For the chat, it is Hood Profits 21. Hood Profits 21. I don't know if that bit is going to work. But it's time. Okay, I see all my next gen takeover folks on IG. I see y'all. We are our ancestors' return on investment. So recognize the history, but make history every single day, not just this month. We do this 365, okay? But I want you guys all to take that time to understand how you are currently and how you will become that return on investment, and then do what it is that you need to do to position yourself into that purpose. So I know usually I'm amped up and telling people off. Today we are zen. I know it's snowing for y'all in Baltimore. I'm sorry. We got a different view today because we work hard. Look, we didn't travel first class, but we definitely changed the forecast. So definitely make sure that you guys are joining in that conversation, and surround yourself with the right folks, right? So I was thinking about this morning. And so Next Gen is our mentorship, our group coaching program. That's the family. So that's all those hashtag Next Gen takeovers in the chat. And understanding that even that group is, of course, the resources, of course, it's working with us, of course, it's working with our team, of course, it's learning and making sure you're making the right decisions and all that kind of stuff. But it's also a community, a family. We just had somebody close I just saw it this morning. They bought a property from someone in NextGen who wholesaled it. And then the people buying the property partnered, and there was 2 people in NextGen. The whole transaction was on NextGen, from wholesalers to buyers and partnerships, right? Surround yourself with folks who have either been where you want to get to or headed where you're trying to go, because excellence breeds excellence. One of our mentors said proximity is power, right? Proximity is power. And so you want to make sure that even in this season, especially in this season, that you're checking your circle, and that you're surrounding yourself with folks who are pushing you in the direction that you want to go, and they're not holding you back, right? Anybody ever try to tell somebody what they wanted to do and what their goals were, and they were like, you're gonna do what? Wait, I remember when you used to, like, how you gonna buy that house when, your whole life you grew up and your parents had Section 8 and government assistance? How are you gonna be out here buying houses and owning houses? Mind your business, right? Control your circle. For us, we didn't tell anybody we were investing in real estate at all until we had probably almost 8 or 9 doors at all. Friends, family, none of them, because we didn't need their help to be scared. And they surely wasn't going to be able to give us advice. They ain't never done it before. And so we had to rely on each other. And then we created the community that we didn't have, to make sure that folks were surrounded by people who were doing what they were trying to do. So there was that opportunity for collaboration, was that opportunity for collective economics, and to be able to just build, or sometimes just have somebody that gets it to say, boo, I see you, I understand, keep going. You know what I'm saying? And so for us, there's power in that proximity, there's power in that community. But regardless, absolutely, you have to be mindful who you share your dreams with. You have to, because people can't see what they don't understand. So you have to surround yourself with people who get it. But in order to do that, you have to be clear, right? So take that time, understand what is it that's nagging thing that comes back to you all the time, that you're like, I just feel like I need to be doing X, or I should be doing Y. Or you wake up every day thinking about real estate, buying houses, you all on all the blogs and searching everybody's Instagram. Do something with that now, because the energy in this time is like nothing else I've ever seen. And so you have to take that power and put it towards something that's going to help you get to where you want to go. There's no more sitting there thinking about it. I wish I could have, would have. No, we're not doing that anymore. Take action, move forward, make it happen, so that you're positioning yourself to do what? Be your ancestors' return on investment. I don't know about you, but mine work damn hard. So I got a whole lot that I need to do. A whole lot. So I didn't want to come on here and rant forever, but I did want to share kind of a little bit about what drives me to become my ancestors' return on investment, and drop a little bit on what you should be thinking about to make sure you are too, because it's not just about Black History Month looking in the past. It's about making Black history every single day, 365 days a year, 365 days a year, and getting it done. Because that's what we do. That is what we do. So I would love in the chat and in the comments, especially if you're watching live or you're going to check this out in the replay, I want to know what you are doing now, what you're doing today, what you're committing to yourself to do to become your ancestors' return on investment. So I can't wait to see those comments and those chats. I'll probably be sending some video responses and some, going back and forth and pulling some stuff out and giving some thoughts, or at least positive vibes all out and through. But it is a new day. It is a new month. It is a new week. And it's a new opportunity for you to be your ancestors' return on investment. So hope you have a good one, and we'll chat soon.